Alright, let's shit talk Felix now.
Alright, yeah, I mean, Felix is definitely the worst pilot I've seen for this deck in a long time. Just so many mistakes.
See, I've played this deck successfully, so I'm going to be
God, God damn it, King.
Oh man, Cade, come on. It's too much.
This is why I love live streaming these, because the chat that we get is great sometimes.
That's too much, man.
Alright, so Counters Company versus Ad Nauseum. Speaking of solitaire decks.
Okay, so Counters Company is less of a solitary deck because, you know, it will go to combat. Look at that 8 card. Is that 8 cards right there, Mason?
That's 7.
Okay, hold up. I mean, I want to be critical of Felix because he's playing a deck that I know in and out that I love. But Mason is also playing. And that is all.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so Ad Nauseum, I'd agree that Ad Nauseum does have a bad matchup because the Counters Company deck is just a turn faster.
Yeah.
Like, you can win turn 3, Ad Nauseum feasibly cannot win turn 3.
Turn 1 birds. Well, especially when you're not...
There's no removal in the Ad Nauseum deck.
Well, no, I was especially when you're not catching, like, you don't have any, like, turn 1 Lotus Blooms being on suspend.
So Mason is playing a soft lock, hard lock, essentially, with the Solemnity and Phyrexian Unlife, which is why in these Court of Calling decks, I like having a Quasali Pride Mage or just one Quasali Pride Mage in the main deck.
Yeah.
So something that you can tutor forward to get out of a bad scenario, whether it's blowing up an opponent's bridge or stopping some sort of BS soft like this.
Yeah.
It's always it's just nice to have. It doesn't really hurt you that much in the long scheme.
It's the 3. There's the
Phyrexian Unlife.
Yep.
And that is a tick down going on a suspended Lotus Bloom, or is that is that the 2 mana artifact?
That's there's the Lotus Bloom. That one's the Pentated Prism.
Pentad Prism.
Pentad Prism. There we go.
That's the one. But that is an unchecked Devoted Druid.
It is.
If he's got it, he wins.
No, because he still has the mana from the prison to, depending on what win con he goes for, he could Angel's Grace.
So if you have infinite mana, all you do is you chord for...
Also, Mason does have the pact negation, so he can pact, like the Vizier, on his upkeep, Angel's Grace, so he doesn't lose.
Okay.
So so he can buy himself a turn.
So if you're going to counter something, you have to counter the actual Vizier. Otherwise, you can get got.
Oh yeah, no, it's hands down.
So if you play Vizier, and then you play Duskwatch Recruiter, you have your deck in your hand. You get a Walking Ballista, you shoot your opponent to 0, and then you use Rowanus to pump your team into killing him.
Yes.
So
pass. So he did not have...
He could just have a Collected Company that he's saving for the end step. And that's actually would work out pretty well in his favor, because if he chooses these... he's got 2 counter packs in hand, I guess. But if he interacts with him on his end step, then he exposes himself to your main phase.
Yeah. So it looks like a second Prism.
He's just developing his mana base.
Yep.
No payoff yet. Just double Angel's Grace. One Angel's Grace, double pact.
Yeah.
So he's not losing, but he's not winning, which is not a good scenario to be in.
Yep. There we go.
So that's Instep Coco.
There's an Instep Coco.
I think you just fire off the pack.
I think you have to.
Because you can pay for it.
Yeah.
You can actually pay for it. You've got 5 mana in play.
Yeah.
Your Bloom will come into play, presumably, in the next 2 turns.
Yeah.
And you don't need the Angel's Grace.
Well, and the nice thing, too, right, is like you have a double pact. And so I think pacting really...
So he lets it resolve. If there's a Vizier, it's game over. You won't be able to interact with that after this point.
Yeah, that's...
You might get lucky, though. That's an elf. That's not good. And a second Druid. So he kind of gets away with it, but it seems like a bad call.
I definitely agree.
All right, so Mason. That's 1 Mason. All right, he's thinking about it. He might have another Coco in hand.
He has a Duskwatch Recruiter and a Vizier.
So if you play Duskwatch Recruiter, you're activating it this turn to try to find the combo. Because there's no real point to doing it on end step when
Yeah.
you're racing. So we got the Dusk Watch. Is he going to activate it immediately? It looks like he's going for his mana. That's a real heads up play.
Yeah.
If he is. Oh, he's just.
Yeah.
Is he, no, I thought he was attacking him for a second.
No.
I was like, wait a minute. Some of those don't have any power.
So there's a hierarch on the board.
Another druid. This is the druid tribal deck, actually.
Yeah. So I mean, like he could sacrifice one of his druids and be able to cast a Coco if he had one, but
Okay, well, it looks like in the meantime, chat has agreed that lolicons are wrong. Welcome to having basic human standards.
but Liam, we're hosting a Lolicon next month.
Do the police know about that? I feel like
yeah.
we should tell somebody about that.
I mean, you're the main attraction, Liam.
Oh no. My weekend got a lot more terrifying. Jeez. Wow.
I mean, so at some point, Felix is either going to have to just be aggressive. No spells were cast, so that's what the crew does flip.
So on with that trigger on the stack, you could activate it. I like doing it at least once.
Yeah.
But it's fine not to, especially when he has redundant copies. He gets
Right?
all druids on board this game.
I definitely agree, Cade.
Cade, I'm 6'2", all right, and I'm a skeleton, and I have narrow hips. It's not, the feminine aspect isn't going to work out. You're going to have to do a lot of illicit, illegal drugs in order to make
there
that
are so many
happen.
things I want to say, but I'm really scared of the Twitch terms of service. I'm just like, I'm just gonna like back off right
the
now.
Twitch Big Brother is always watching.
Yeah, I'm just like I don't feel like getting banned.
If we see a single if we see a single areola, you're gone.
Just like you're gonna say something else. I know you were.
No, definitely not.
Scavenging ooze. It seems fine, I guess.
The truest, most.
So if Felix's voice is going wide, like, all right, we're gonna put all these things down.
Yeah, what are you gonna wrath me? Come on.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Well, I have low standards, so technically anything can be female. That's what's happening right now.
It is. Sarah Visions. So he's just digging for a win con.
He's just. See, we thought this would be a very fast-paced solitaire matchup, but this is actually just like two people
Who cannot find the win con. Like,
two people driving economy cars and they get stuck in the mud, and they're like, "Well, I can get out of this. Yeah, can you get out of this? Oh yeah, definitely." And you just sit there, wheels spinning, looking at each other, making uncomfortable eye contact.
first off, I did not say hand jobs from Riker. I said I had a job that involves his hands. You guys all took it the wrong way. I need a little patch of grass cut. It has to be with scissors. And Riker's got those tiny little hands.
I don't know, man. That seems a little bit sketch to me.
Coco, like I think you have to pack the Coco here, even
You know
to
what?
the first one.
I think that the most amusing thing about this scenario is that there are 2 lands in play on Felix's side. He's not worried about a single mana drop. No mana is needed here. We're not worried about that. What, are you gonna pact me? Alright, whatever. Do it again. Let me activate this. Hey look. There's the Vizier.
Yeah.
Can I have this? Will you let me?
I mean, I like making it worse, Robert. It makes it way more fun.
I don't know. It sort of just incriminates yourself more and more, and then the amount of evidence is overwhelming, and the police can't ignore it. What's going on here? What's happening? Are we actually in Magic Purgatory right now?
A little bit.
Like he's got. Attack. Just go to.
That's what he's doing.
Go to combat. Just get in there.
That's 10 damage coming across.
Get in there. If he combat damages him, this is gonna be wild. If combat damage is what
Kitchen
gets there,
finks.
this is gonna be absolutely wild. Mason's just looking for that ad nauseum. Oh,
or a way to find it. I mean, either one.
if he untaps and plays a Solemnity right now, we're just skipping it, right? Ow, just done, Dunsville. So he's doing the Angel's Grace instead of paying for the pact. He did remember Didn't get himself. Another Serum Visions. Just keeping those wheels spinning. Alright, that's a Simian Spirit Guide and something bad. They're both going to the bottom. It's another Pact? Is that... No, it's Simian Spirit Guide in here.
Yeah, I saw.
Hardcast that Simian Spirit Guide. Do it. You won't.
What? No. Alright. I was like...
You can't say thought on Twitch.
Apparently.
It's not allowed.
Okay, yeah, I was like, hey, like, do you want to allow this? And I was like, I think that's fine. Like,
Twitch doesn't have any of those, and I don't know what that word means, so stop.
I was like, obviously, if you use it in a very derogatory term at somebody in the chat or on camera, then we'll probably ban that word. But I'm like, I mean, you probably could.
We could probably copy strike him. I mean, Wizards of the Coast. He's using Wizards' intellectual property right now to profit.
So it looks like
that's all I'm saying.
We got the infinite mana combo, and Felix is just like, all right, I guess I'm finding the creature. Why would you not grab the bonus? Okay.
Okay, so he's got 2 Pacts in hand. He can't pay for both of them, but you can counter the Ronus, and you can counter the Walking Ballista. You're not going to be able to counter any of the following Eternal Witnesses.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Back.
Okay, I was going to say.
But you can flex a little bit and let them know that, yeah, I do have another Pact in my hand. And what are you going to do about it? Play more spells? Sure, whatever. You weren't going to play that one. Will you Eternal Witness it back? Okay, whatever. I didn't really want this back anyway.
The Saraseer, alright, sure. He can gain infinite life.
Yes! I mean, that beats Ad Nauseum. Ad Nauseum cannot win. Well, no, he's got... Lab Maniac.
I was like, sir.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Can we not just, like, shortcut this guy's, like, Felix? Just pick up your deck.
Well, honestly, it's not Felix's fault. It's Mason.
Oh, I know. Okay, we're just done now.
Yeah.
Alright, there we
He's
go.
seen enough. Oh, okay.
Alright. Alright. We're going around.
If Felix wants anything that says destroy target artifact or destroy target enchantment.
Yeah, so
that's basically it.
Looks like he took out 2 E-Witness, 1 Postmortem Lunge, 2 Scavenging Ooze, a Noble Hierarch, a Kitchen Finks, and Devoted Druid. Brought in 2 Knight of Autumn, a Kataki, 2 Abrupt Decay, 1 Eidolon of Reddick, 1 Assassin's Trophy, and then 1 Tidehulk Sculler.
So I'm okay with all of that, but you don't need to cut the Druid. Like, the Druid combo is your fastest combo. It's going to win you the game. The Kitchen Finxes are objectively going to be worse because that combo doesn't win you the game.
Yeah, so it looks like Mason took out 2 Pact Negation, 1 Spoils the Vault, the Lab Maniac, which is surprising. And he brings in a Supreme Verdict, a Bantu's Reckoning, and 2 Godhead of Awe. You heard me right, Godhead of Awe.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, if you're gonna try and prevent me from that, I guess it's still gonna happen.
It's true.
Hi, Brandon.
It's true. I was playing Smash with Brandon earlier. He just destroyed me utterly. I'm trying to get better at my Fox game. My Ganon game strong. My Fox game needs work.
I'm working on Joker right now.
Go home, dude. Oh wait, you are home.
No,
shit. We're out. We're out of insults, boys.
No. I mean, like, Joker plays similarly to Zero Suit is the big thing for me.
So he gets rid of the Lab Maniac.
Which
was weird. You're both to gain infinite life. You need to wait a Mason.
Yeah,
that's number 2 Mason. It's number 2.
Number 3?
The Bantu's Reckoning is fine. Supreme Verdict is fine. Like, you just want to get rid of all that stuff. The Godhead is fine.
I mean, does the Godhead say they lose all abilities or just make them all 1/1s?
It's all 1/1s. It's like I think they lose their abilities. I think it just makes them 1/1s. It's just like, what's the enchantment that does that?
No, Brandon, too bad. Deal with the ad. You have to go back and watch the YouTube videos to know what we said. So just 1. So they keep the abilities. Then I don't see why we bring a Godhead of Awe. If they keep the abilities.
No, they're just 1/1s.
Right, I'm saying, does Godhead also say they're 1/1s with no abilities, or just make them all 1/1s? Because they still retain the abilities.
Yeah, it's humility. It's the same thing. They are just 1/1s. They don't have any abilities.
Okay.
So it shuts down all of the creature combos.
Okay. That's what I was asking, because I knew Godhead made them 1/1s, but I didn't know if it took away all the abilities as well. Because like humility says that specifically. It's on YouTube, so you can watch it whenever you want, Gabe. Alright. Looks like they're shuffling the sideboards back in.
You can't see that. Not allowed to see.
So yeah, no, they keep the abilities. So
They keep abilities?
yeah, it just makes them 1/1. So that's
What's happening here?
I don't see the point. Yeah.
Why do you care? Like,
Yeah.
if they keep their abilities, why do you... Why?
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, why would you bring it in if they keep the abilities? Because they can still go infinite mana.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I mean, it'd be good against, like, Dredge, I
Yes.
guess. But...
Yes, and also yes, Gabe, your nickname is Main Phase Coco Pro.
Main Phase Coco's perfectly acceptable.
When you have no other thing on the board and they have a Liliana.
That's pretty wild, to be honest.
I mean, you're not wrong. All right. No, like humility specifically says they become 1/1s with no abilities. I think Godhead just says they all become 1/1s.
Like, if they lose their abilities, great card. If they don't, you're wasting your time. All creatures are 1/1s. I thought it... Okay. Yeah, I thought it was just humility on a stick.
And it just makes it on the 1/1 side is what it looks like. So
Well, if they don't lose their abilities, then it's pointless in this match.
yeah. So I'm trying to think what match you would bring that in for.
Hey Felix, why aren't you playing Shalai? Do you not like that card? My experience with it is that it's a bit slow. Like, you can't hit it off of Coco, but it's still, like, once you have it, it seems pretty great.
Yeah, well, because you can court for it too.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, if you're not in the main board, I think the sideboard would probably be pretty good.
For a while, our meta was just like Jundi. I was sideboarding Sigarda. Like, hey,
Oh yeah, that's another good
this
one.
isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm an inquisitive guy, Brandon. What are you gonna do about it?
Brandon.
Beat me more in Smash?
I've
Whatever.
I've only ever seen Liam play decks with black, and it's always Inquisition of Kozilek. So
It's
obviously,
I've stated multiple times, like, if I'm gonna go to a tournament, I'm gonna play Thoughtseize. I'm gonna play aggro, or I'm gonna play Thoughtseize, and I like Thoughtseize more because it gives me more options and puts more control in my hands.
well, also in GDS, and also does the other thing you want it to do.
I mean, I just like information.
Oh,
I like knowing what I want to know what you know.
Brandon's
Brandon's got a big brain. In his skull.
Brandon, big brain boy.
He does those galaxy brain plays in Smash that I can't handle.
B. So we're gonna start calling Brandon B cubed.
I'm not doing that.
Big brain Brandon. B cubed.
Usually when I want Brandon's attention, I just shout names that are similar to his, but not really close.
But that's the.
I like Brangar, Brandino, Bargon. Okay, don't bring that here. Don't pick at that scab. Don't open that wound. Brandon would do the big thing.
Triple Lotus Bloom.
Yeah, what's up?
Serum Visions. All right.
Do you like putting your hand into play? Because I do.
In like 3 times. There's a fourth one.
You scry that on top. You scry. Oh, misplay. Look at this non-individual dice. Come on.
Noble Hierarch.
Yeah. I mean, you suspended 9 mana, but I got a Noble Hierarch, so whatever.
Right. 6 Scry.
He's getting his big scry on.
Just.
Judge, I request individual dice for my opponent's individual spells here. I can't tell what's happening. What if I trick bind one of the counters being removed and not actually going onto the stack?
Right.
Alright, so I see your 9 mana. I raise you 1 mana. Alright. Let's make it...
Here's a Coco in hand.
And that is an Eidolon of Rhetoric right there.
That is.
So.
Oh no.
So it's.
Oh no.
So I gotta witness this live, and I'm not gonna spoil anything. But the way this works is suspend is a cast.
It
trigger.
is.
So only one of these is gonna resolve.
Yeah. Oh god, that's so bad.
So the punt count for Mason right now is 2. We'll see how much it racks up here.
Oh
man. It was good seeing it live. It's gonna be even better.
Watching the replay.
Yeah.
He's like, all three come in. It's like, no, you.
Felix is like, bruh, hold up. He's like, wait a minute,
You only get one.
please tell me what's happening. Shoves them in exile. He doesn't
Yep.
even want them in the game.
Well, no, he
anymore.
can't because they stay in exile.
Yeah, they're not even in the game anymore. They're gone.
All right. And the thing is that, like,
Scries?
yep, I see. And Mason can't cast another spell this turn.
Yeah. Boom.
Did he just sack it for
Punt
no
count 3.
value?
We saw it happen at the time. We tried to take it back. We were like, no, you committed.
It's oh
You
no.
put that in the graveyard, sir.
Yeah, it's. We try to make this as comp
And then
Ariel as we could,
Tries to cast Serum.
and you still can't do it. It's just-
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a tilt play.
Oh well.
Like that was pure tilt right there.
Oh man, he is super tilted. He's like, all right, Coco.
They all laughed at me when I played my Eidolon of Rhetoric, but then it destroyed 9 mana.
No one destroyed 6, sir.
Well, I mean,
The misplay destroyed the additional 3.
yeah. So we, yeah, that's out of. It's so brutal,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
This
no,
is-
he's definitely tilted right now.
At this point, you concede the game, you change your name, you move state. You can come back from this.
Oh, like, goddamn.
Yeah, poor man. That's just the tilt and the misplays, man. It's
Yeah.
always
Honestly,
hurtful to see.
I think that's one of the hardest things in Magic to learn is that when you make a misplay to not get tilted by it.
Yeah. I mean, I've had my fair share of doing
Oh,
it.
same.
One time I didn't lightning bolt my opponent when they were at 3 life in a top 8, and then I made every single wrong play into losing because I was tilting.
Oof. Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough when it happens.
Yeah. I would say, well, and like, with me being a control player, like, I've made mistakes, and it's like, I let it get to me, and then I made, you know, when you make the first mistake and you realize that and you let it get to you, that just chains. It's a domino effect on so many more mistakes.
I think the mentality comes from like you make a mistake and you want to correct it immediately, so you try to make a play, but that's not always the right thing to do. If you make a mistake, take some time, look over the board state, you know, look at what's in your hand, evaluate what you're trying to do. You know, what you were doing was a mistake. That changes your game plan. Just reevaluate, assess it, and then just come back to the game.
Cord for Mistcutter Hydra. Got him. Brand Tranquil, he never made a misplay.
That's absolutely false.
I was like, cording from Mistcutter Hydra.
I mean, technically you can do that. You just shouldn't.
Yeah.
I've corded for Walking Ballista before because I had Eternal Witness in my hand and I wanted to mess with somebody.
I know the bridge run will do things like that because they want to trigger the bridges.
Yeah. So he's got a problem now. He can either resolve a Pentide Prism and have more mana, or he can do anything else and pass the turn.
Yeah.
Because the struggle is real.
In Modern, I don't think so.
I looked at the spoilers for the newest set, and I don't think any particular card is strong enough to see relevant play in extended formats at this point. There's nothing that's
I would disagree. I would
there's
definitely
nothing
say.
what I mean by that is that there's nothing that's going to be impactfully game breaking. There's stuff that's
Okay,
playable,
no, yes,
but there's nothing that's like standout
okay.
busted. Like
No,
the
I was
Planeswalker that makes your opponent discard cards, like that obviously is just going to see play.
Yeah,
in like
what's it
A-Rack.
like Ashiok? Your opponents can't search is gonna see some play.
I don't think that effect is that good.
When it can come down turn 3.
Yeah, sure, 3 mana, but in Modern, if you're doing 3 mana to maybe get your opponent, I'm not excited to do that. I want to develop it. I want a threat. I don't want something that could
Right.
potentially
I
do
think the 3-drop to fairy will see play in the blue-white sideboard.
the negate that can't be countered is absolute bullshit. Because like Grixis has always been trying to be a legitimate control deck in Modern. And at one point, it was close to being it when you had Ancestral and you had Jace, and the format was available to be
K
exploited.
commands and Snapcasters
Yes,
and
at
Cryptics.
one point it was playable. Blue-white has always been very good and has been a better option because Grixis doesn't have life gain, but giving the uncounterable negate to the blue-white control deck is going to lock out every other non-white, non-blue control deck. Like you can't, in the control mirror, if they're just like, no, you can't say anything about it. It's really busted.
Right, well,
it's really brutal.
At the same point though, like if you can stick a 3-drop Teferi in like a mirror match, you stick a 3-drop Teferi against your opponent, I feel like you just win because they play at sorcery speed.
So it depends, but I think it's a powerful effect that'll just hard lock people into blue white and not any other.
Wait, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I think the 3-drop Teferi would see sideboard play because of if blue white kind of comes back up, it's the mirror breaker. Like, you play at sorcery speed. You play something, I can counter it. You can't counter my counter.
I want to see some people sling some Aetherlings. I miss that.
It costs too much.
I know, it does.
If it costs 4, hell yeah. Like, we're down. Let's go.
I think the problem, if me and Brandon ever sat down in here and tried to do commentary, we would not keep track of what's going on and talk about whatever.
Yeah, I was like, it's gotten
it ceased to be about Magic.
Yeah, well, I said, like, it's... Mason's just, I say with the Eidolon of Relic, he was just too far behind.
Yeah,
we're just waiting for that clock to wind down.
Yeah, it's basically like that Eidolon slashed the jugular, and we're just waiting for him to bleed out.
Yeah.